You know, a number of years ago, I did a commercial on Nickelodeon, how to draw Danny Phantom, and that was a long time ago. I think a lot of you probably weren't even born when I did that commercial, but and some of you may have seen it, but you might need to be reminded as to how to draw Danny Phantom. So I thought this week I'll just show you how to draw Danny Phantom. Here we go. Okay, so to draw Danny Phantom, now if you see a hand in the picture here, this is my cameraman, Jace. Thanks, Jace, hovering camera person, the human drone. All right, to draw Danny Phantom, what you do is you start off, Danny's very angular, so it's all straight lines. I'm going to draw his face first, okay? This face. And if you are starting off how to draw faces, draw a center line down the center of his face and do his nose. There's where his nose goes. Danny has very big eyebrows, so we want to do some big eyebrows like that. And then do his eyes underneath, half circles. Now we're going to do his mouth. You have a choice to make a smile or a scowl. I'll give him like a very serious look because he's looking for ghosts. And then his hair, you put his ear over here. Do the Fairly Odd Parents backwards 6 in his ear. Come up there, and up goes his hair. 1, 2, 3 points. Back, and then drop a point over his eyes like that. And there you have his face. And then there is his neck. I put a little shading under his head right there like that. And he's going to have his collar. Bam. And don't forget, Danny is a kid. He's not super muscular, so you want to kind of go and keep his body sort of semi-tubular. Keep the belt, curve it to his body. Add the D on there. Now this all looks very easy for me, of course, because I've drawn this character a bunch of times. But if you practice, you can do it too. Keep his arms very tube-like, because like I said, he is a kid. And he's not very muscular. So you want to keep him kind of lanky. And Danny does have 5 fingers, unlike Timmy Turner, who has 4. And so there's a Danny Phantom for you. And now we want to also fill in his eyebrows too. I get a thicker pen normally. I get like a Sharpie. And you want to kind of to fill in some black areas. You know, if you practice in pen, it'll make your line a lot more confident. And that's what I like to do, is have a confident line. You know, I used to draw in pencil all the time. Nothing wrong with drawing in pencil. Great way to practice. But with pencil, you can find yourself erasing a lot. You don't want to get there. You're not going to have, as an artist, you're not going to have a ton of time to erase because you'll be drawing so much. So there's one Danny Phantom pose right there. So check that out. There's one Danny Phantom. Let's draw another one, shall we? Here we go. Why don't we draw Danny Fenton this time, his alter ego. So I've got my trusty pen here. And I'll draw him facing the opposite direction. How about that? Same rules apply, though. We'll draw a full body Danny Phantom here. So we'll start at the top of the page to give him, you know, because I have to build his body down. So there's like the starting of his face. And again, same exact hair structure, but just from a different angle. That's what we're doing at the other side. Same ear. Hair goes up. 1, 2, 3. 1 at the bottom, just like that. There's his hair. Now Danny isn't scowling. Danny's eyebrows are up because he's like, oh gosh, oh shucks. He's Danny Fenton. So he's a little more kind of wondering what's happening. I'll give him a little smile like you just saw Paulina, and kind of head over heels. And so there we go. And you want to put there's his neck of his t-shirt. And Danny's clothes are a little big for him. Again, he's very lanky as well. So we'll kind of start there. Put his hands down here. 4 fingers in the front and a thumb in the back there. Don't forget the famous circle his chest. We never knew what to put there. That's why we just kept an open circle. When I was first creating this character, a lot of people said he looks like me when I was a kid. And I think sometimes as artists we tend to draw ourselves in our artwork. So maybe he does look a little like me. It wasn't really intentional. And then you want to add some variation to the fingers if you ever have a character standing there. Just kind of having his hand out there. And Danny's got very big feet. Again, because kids when they're young, they're a little awkward. So, you know, big hands, big feet, they really haven't fully grown yet. Look at some of your own friends. Maybe some of them have bigger hands and feet. You never know. And then we'll fill in his eyebrows. We use a Sharpie again. It covers more space. And what I do is I kind of leave a little bit of a highlight. I kind of trace the inside of my shape. Leave a little bit of a highlight. And so it'll add that highlight on his hair. You don't color that part in. You leave that part blank. It's funny. You can use negative space on a drawing just as effectively as using positive space. Like Positive space is when you fill something in with dark. For some reason that's positive, because you're actually filling in the space with pink. But leaving it blank is very effective as well. It can add a highlight, or it can mean there's a reflection there. Depends on what you're working. If I was working with paint right now, I would just paint white on the side of his hair, but I gotta leave this blank. So let's color that in. There you go. So, and there's Danny Fenton. So now I'm doing what's called a line of action, sort of the spine of the drawing. You know, I'm a human being. I have a spinal column, and my whole body's kind of built on that, and so the body of your drawing is going to be built on a line of action. So here we go. I've already drawn a line of action here for the drawing I want to do. This is kind of the way I want this drawing to go, like whoosh, real fast that way. There's Danny's head. Here's his arms coming out. This is kind of what I'm going to go for. His fists will be here. So that's sort of what I'm going for. And here's the drawing here, what I'm going to do. So here's Danny. And now he's flying, so I want to make his hair kind of, you know, going back. This already makes him look like he's flying and he's doing some action. We'll put his fists here in front. You want to give him 4 fingers in the front. And, you know, don't forget to foreshorten his body. His arms are going to be in perspective a little bit more. You know, this is to learn how to draw fists. Hands and fists are very intricate sometimes, and that's a little shorthand version of one. Danny's eyebrows, again, all the rules of the face still apply. Now let's give him some gritted teeth, like he's really going for it right there. Now I refer back to my line of action. I want to just make my drawing go like this. And then I'll add Danny's belt right here. You might be able to see a trace of his logo here. So put that there. And there is my line of action on Danny there. Again, line of action, real fast and swoopy. And you see the drawing, how it echoes it just like that. So that's the line of action. So give that a try. And you can make your line do anything. You make an S shape, you make anything, but that'll really help you build your drawing. Now let's see, we'll do one more. What should we do? How about we do a drawing of, let's say, Danny, another action pose, but just a different one, so you can see what that looks like. So let's say I'll make him like he's punching somebody, because Danny, you know, Danny punches. He's bad. He's a tough guy. So let's say we'll do another line of action like that. We'll go up like that, okay? And we'll put his head right there, and then there will be his other arm there. So see, there's just very simple lines I'm doing. Here's where his head was. That's my reference point. So now I'm going to draw Danny's face. Now I think he's really into this fight. Whatever fight he's having right now, I think he's really into it. So I'll make his eyes closed, and he's probably yelling at this guy, whoever this guy is. He's fighting. He's really yelling at him. Okay, and then I look back at my line of action there. There it is, going up. So Danny's arm is going to be up here. He just punched the guy. A bad guy, probably a ghost, maybe Vlad. There's Danny's fist there. Now keep in mind the structure of his body. He is still a human being. But he's half ghost. Yes, I know, but he's half human and half ghost. So we put a little shadow under his face to make his face come out a little more. And then you add his body and his rib cage there. His rib cage would be about right there. Again, the hand. Everything's a basic shape. It's all built off shapes. Everything. And just put the logo right there. There he is. Now again, I got my line of action going right here, so I want to make Danny's leg kind of come down. We won't give him a ghost body this time. We'll give him like a normal human body. He hasn't fully gone the ghost tail route this time. And we'll make his other leg come out like that, maybe. So that's kind of a punching move. So you see the line of action go up like this. My pose is like this. And here's where you get to add some really cool effects lines. Like Danny just hit somebody. My whole arm is coming off the paper there. I would imagine the guy he hit is probably right about here. That's where the smack would be. Just put that in there. Some cool effects lines. You know, if this is going to be a comic book, I could write the word, you know, pow, whatever comic awesome word you wanted to put there. Pow is always a good one. I think pow is never going to go out of style. So there you go, pow. And that's basically how you draw Danny Fenn. So, action pose. Oops. Action pose. And then we have just your standard standing pose. Right there, Danny Phantom. And of course, our hero shot of Danny Phantom. Again, every one of these rules applies, just keeping the facial structure correct. In fact, real quick, let me do this one more time for you. I'm going to show you how to draw Danny Phantom's face real simply. But I'll use all those structure lines this time so you can see. So let's say I'm going to draw Danny Phantom's face. We'll start up here. You have to start with one line there for his side of his face, one line there for his chin. Now keep his face centered. So there's the center of his face, right there. With the nose there. His eyes are both circles that go on either side of the center line. Then inside of his eyes are his eyes. And there's more circles there. So there's his eyes. Again, we add his giant rectangular eyebrows. Let's give him a smiling face this time. Maybe he's glad Sam is coming. His hair, 1, 2, 3 points. And then a point facing down. Ear, swirl, neck. Okay, there we go. And that's how to draw Danny Phantom. Pretty simple. Takes some practice, but I know you can do it. Just keep practicing because that's what it takes. Hey, by the way, if you guys like these sketches and want to see some more of my sketches, I just released a brand new book on Amazon. Ooh, it's right here in the drawer. It's called Butch Hartman Sketchbook 1. Just go on Amazon, type in Butch Hartman. This is filled with 50 of my favorite sketches from some of my sketchbooks. Just check it out. I think you're really going to like it. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. See you again next time.
Inside the Nicktoons studio.
Hey there, I'm Butch Hartman, the creator of Danny Phantom, and I'm going to teach you how to go ghost and draw Danny. Ready? Here we go. Let's start off drawing his head, a lot of angles. Draw his chin, his hair way up here. And he's got a lot of hair on top of his head, you know, so it kind of hangs in his face. Make his expression really intense, because he's always looking for ghosts to fight, you know. And his nose is kind of pointy. His white collar there. And his body's almost like a cylinder. Draw his belt. And his arms are just kind of just tubes, you know, just straight tubes. He's still a kid, so he's not really muscular. His hands are kind of big and blocky. Unlike a lot of cartoon characters, Danny actually has 5 fingers. Add his logo onto his chest with a D and a P inside. And then Danny, since he's a ghost fighter and half ghost, doesn't really have legs sometimes. He actually has a ghost body, so draw that there. And that's how you draw Danny Phantom.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the News Network. My new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man.